Okay, guys, this is Dr. Bhupesh. Once again, we were talking about the listening part A, that there are 24 questions in the part A. If we do 24 questions well, we get 20 or 24, then the passing marks are very nearby, because in the part B and C we have got 18 questions. If we can do even 10 right, that makes 20 plus 10 30. So means we reach almost to the passing marks. There are no certainty in terms of passing marks in OET. If the paper is easy, the marks will go up. If the paper is difficult, the marks will go down. Means OET does not say there are particular marks, but they have a kind of a criteria where 30 or 32 becomes the passing marks. Okay, so we will play this listening of reading listening part A. I hope my screen is visible to all. Is it visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's
Thank you very much. Thank you for responding. So I'm just going to go to the listening question part, and yeah. Okay. So this is the part A. I will show you a little and will try to explain you, and also will send it in the group how to go about it. So this is the kind of the paper you will get in the exam. Sorry, I don't know from where it's popping. Okay, yeah, this is the answer key. I need to open this. Okay, so this is the kind of the question paper you will get in the listening exam, and there would be, again, that's what I was explicating to you. There would be like 24 questions in the part A. That's it. Fill in the blanks. That's it. You just have to fill around 3-4 words each. And again, yes, there would be certain difficulties which we will cover. Also, I will tell you how grammar is applicable in this part. And apart from this, then there would be 6 questions plus 6 questions plus 6 questions. That's it. 6 plus 6, 12. C part, 6 B part, 18. 24 makes 42 questions in the listening part A. And this is the original authentic listening. So we are covering just to understand, and that is why they have created this listening, so that people can utilize it for the self practice or otherwise. So I'm just going to play. So first of all, you will get some time, like around 30 to 60 seconds to read this question paper, or maybe 90 seconds. We will listen to it. It would be given. So then try to imagine like 1 to 12 questions. Try to understand what the topic is. It's very important in OET to pre-guess, because we are medical professionals. That's why we are taking occupational English test, OET. So if you will understand patient recents, back injury sustained lifting, sciatica developed. So now we understand the topic is of sciatica. Clear of symptoms, recurrence of symptoms, patient's description of symptoms, pain located in disc, pain described as dash, loss of mobility, problem sleeping. So that means the patient is recent and she's talking about her problems. So we have to create a notes. 18 months ago, back injury sustained, lifting, she must be lifting something heavy. So I'm expecting, matlab a girl might raise hands if he's a boy or a girl. Let's see also according to the means. If the girl is speaking, we obviously understand that she's a girl, and we have to mention she, and never use the word like I, we, me in listening part, and never. So back injury sustained lifting, she must be lifting an object. So I have to listen carefully. I'm expecting a table, a chair, maybe heavy dumbbells, something like that. So that is listening requires that awareness, that proactiveness that you need to imagine. Sciatica developed, clear of symptoms, recurrence of symptoms. She would be talking 6 months ago. This happened. So I don't have to listen to all this conversation. Means obviously I will listen, but I will not over focus. So that is where you can save your time. By the time you will fill this, then she would be talking 1 year ago, 6 months ago. Then patient's description of symptoms, pain located in. Sciatica ka pain, we know it should happen in the back or the lower back generally, means, and obviously in the back of the legs. But again you can imagine pain described as excruciating pain or sharp pain, something like this should come. This sciatica gives you a burning sensation of a strong pain. So means this is what listening is all about, expecting. That is where it makes your job 10 times easy. People do not read the question paper before, they do not understand the topic, and they start straight away from the listening. That is where they miss out the listening. Are you getting my point, guys? How easy can we make it? Are you understanding?
Yes,
Guys?
sir.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, great. So now understand, mentions inability to dash as most frustrating aspect. mentions inability to dash, maybe to move, mentions inability to lift, or whatever, as most frustrated, or maybe mentions when do you think we will get most uncomfortable in life? ऐसा क्या हो सकता है लाइफ में हम सब कुछ डिस्कम्फर्ट हो जाए जनरली? क्या लगता है आपको शैटिका के बाद क्या होना चाहिए? मूविंग प्रॉब्लम्स, वॉकिंग प्रॉब्लम्स, लोकोमोशन,
Yes, sir.
है ना? एंड ऑल्सो मे बी नींद आना बंद हो जाए पेन के कारण. सो अगेन आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग या तो वॉकिंग, मूविंग या स्लीपिंग, ऐसा कुछ वर्ड आना चाहिए. सो दैट इज वेयर यू नीड टू बी एक्टिव. देन एस्पेक्ट डैश सेंसेशन, सेंसेशन काव्स. काव्स में या तो बर्निंग सेंसेशन होगी या मतलब सेंसेशन होगी नहीं, नमनेस होगी. जनरल ग्रेट जनरल नमनेस उसने बोल दिया, तो यहाँ पे नमनेस वर्ड अब नहीं आ सकता. सो when the person is talking, when the patient is telling these are the problems, then I would be expecting this blank as well. क्या होगा? Occupation dash involves travel. तो occupation में we have to fill what in occupation. Prescribed NSAIDs, we know it's non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Application of dash provided some relief. Application of maybe some ointment, pain ointment. Again, I'm expecting dash briefly. Referrals. Dash briefly, I don't understand physiotherapy. Maybe the referral can be referral. Sports injury specialist, so there can be a epidural injections, treatment में epidural injections, maybe massages, decided not to try dash, patient attributes recovery too. So what was the thing that helped for the recovery? So I'm expecting what was that thing that helped for the recovery? Sciatica probably related to dash, reports no history. So now I understand. And in the exam, I will give just 30 seconds to understand all these things. Are you getting my point, guys? Have you understood the topic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And please, they could again. It's such an easy thing. Why to make it difficult? Such an easy thing. So let's play the listening now, and let's see what will happen in the exam actually. So I'm just gonna play this and let's see how it goes.
Listening test. This test has 3 parts. In each part, you'll hear a number of different extracts. At the start of each extract, you'll hear this sound. You'll have time to read the questions before you hear each extract, and you'll hear each extract once only. Complete your answers as you listen. At the end of the test, you'll have 2 minutes to check your answers.
Are you getting it? Are you getting the point that each extract you will have time to read the questions before? That is what they want, and that is where people, when you practice in alone, you don't give this time in reading the question. That is why you don't kind of have that proactive or awareness that this blank would be. Now if you ask me, I can remember few blanks. It's about sciatica, pain in dash in the calves, pain in the lower back, pain described as excruciating, something like that. Then were talking about the treatment part in the last. They were talking about the symptom, they were talking about the referrals. So somehow I remember what I have to do, and that is the main thing. If you can do this thing and take care of your spelling, nobody, trust me, nobody can stop you in listening. Trust me, nobody can. And listening is considered as one of the most difficult modules of OET, which I sometimes get shocked. Oh my god, really? Is it? Now let's do it together and let's make it actually the easiest module of OET, and that actually is truth for me. Yes, listening part B and C, it requires skills, but at the same time, if we can get again 20 to 22 marks in this part, so B and C will not be a problem. So that is what we need to consider. Okay, so I'm playing this. Let's see.
Part A. In this part of the test, you'll hear 2 different extracts. In each extract, a health professional
1 to 12, 12 to 24 would be separate. So after 1 to 12, there would be a pause so that you can read the next one.
is talking to a patient. For questions 1 to 24, complete the notes with information you hear. Now look at the notes for extract 1.
So now they have given you the time for the extract 1 notes, which we have.
Extract 1, questions 1 to 12. You hear a physiotherapist talking to a new patient called Ray Sands. For questions 1 to 12, complete the notes with a word or short phrase.
Short phrase. Not
You
big.
now have 30 seconds to look at the notes.
1 to 12, 30 seconds to look at the notes, and only 1 to 12, and then they will start playing. Simple. Again, it's very simple, very basic. Okay, 1 to 30 questions. Simple. We have read about, and in this time you will be reading. Oh, sciatica, back pain, back injury sustained lifting some object. Okay, pain located in dash, pain described as dash. Mentions of inability to sleep, walk, something like sensation, calves, dash involves, and the times they will start playing. Now let's focus.
Mr. Sands, isn't it?
That's right, Ray Sands.
Now, I think you've been referred to me because you're suffering from
That is where I said male or female. Now I know he is the word I will use if sometime I have to fill him, his, he. So you have to remember that he's a male now because the voice is male. Small things, but important. Okay.
sciatica.
That's right. Not for the first time, actually.
Okay, well, I've got some notes here, but perhaps you can tell me in your own words about any previous bouts of sciatica you've had.
These are very small points which I'm telling you that sometimes people start focusing on the doctors or the physiotherapist now. Don't have to worry about his voice, even if his or her accent is very fast. We don't have to do anything with it because ultimately we have to write the patient's notes. So whatever the patient will speak, that is important for us. Again, it saves your energy. Now, whatever she is speaking, I want to understand her just to know where the thing is going, which question is ongoing. But otherwise, I am concerned with patient's voice. So even if this physiotherapist has difficult accent, I don't care because my accent is patient's accent. That is where I have to fill the blanks. Again, a very small thing, but makes your mind active. ये छोटी छोटी बातें ही हमें पास करवाती हैं. Let's listen more.
What treatment you had, what worked for you, anything else you can remember.
Righto. Well, it all started when I hurt my back. About 18 months ago now.
Okay.
I was giving somebody a hand with a heavy suitcase and I felt it go, just like that. Anyway, I slowly got over that.
Suitcase. Now it was a difficult blank. Why? Because he did not use the word lift. But again, I told you earlier, you have to imagine that there would be an object. He must be lifting an object. So suitcase is the word I am looking for. SUITCASE. Spelling should be correct. Back injury. One key word is 18 months ago. Now, whatever he will say 1 year ago, 6 months ago, last month, it doesn't matter to me. Let's go on.
Despite occasional flare-ups, and then, out the blue, about a year ago, sciatica developed. And it was 6 months till that finally cleared up altogether. Now it's come back in the last month or so, I'd say.
I see. And your GP said it was sciatica?
Yeah, I had this pain all the way down my right leg, and she said the real problem was in my back because the sciatica.
Now, see, difficult. This is difficult because we could not understand when did they reach to symptoms. But when patient is talking about symptoms, so he has mentioned two, right leg and back. I will make you listen again. That is where we need focus. Again, I will make it listen again. Let's listen.
Together. Now it's come back in the last month or so, I'd say.
Last month.
I see. And your GP said it was sciatica?
Yeah, I had this pain all the way down my right leg, and she said the real problem was in my back because the sciatic nerve was getting.
Now there are two important things. Why people lose marks in listening? Trick. First of all, never miss out on the prepositions. Most important thing, never miss out on the prepositions. When he said in my back, earlier he said down the right leg. So pain located in the right leg. Not quite sure. He was saying it's going towards the right leg, but it's not located in the right leg as far as I think. It can be right. Now I'm confused between right leg or back. Second important thing, he's saying in my back. And if we write my back, we are wrong. We are very important point. We are making patient notes. So we have to write his bag. We can't write my bag. Are you getting my point, guys? Please, very actively. This is very important.
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine how many people lose marks just because they would be writing in my bag? So you have to listen to the preposition and you have to take care of this thing. Okay. So I'm playing it again just to make sure, because we need to learn. And in listening, when you are practicing, don't go fast. Try to listen it again. Try to solve your problems by yourself rather than checking your answer. Each and every word I am speaking is due to my 11 years experience. Each and every word makes sense. Please make sure you listen to all these things. His word, never my. Don't use me, my. Then important thing.
And it was
Preposition.
6 months till that finally cleared up altogether. Now it's come back in the last month or so, I'd say.
I see. And your GP said it was sciatica?
Yeah, I had this pain all the way down my right leg, and she said the real problem was in my back because the sciatic nerve was.
Real problem is in my back. That means pain is located in my back. So down the leg, there was no preposition like in. Work on the prepositions part when it comes to listening part A and reading part A as well. Again, whatever I'm saying for listening part A will be applicable to reading part A. What I'm saying to listening part B, it would be applicable to reading part B. Okay? Done.
Getting trapped.
Right.
I mean, I'm telling you, this was no ordinary pain. It was really intense. I mean, to the extent that I couldn't stand for very long, couldn't walk hardly any distance, I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
I mean, the most frustrating.
Couldn't sleep means he has reached to this point. So the only word pain described as intense. So this is not an easy listening. This is the maximum difficult level of listening that can come as per me, because we want to score 20 or 22. So guys, please focus. Again, understand each and everything. Now I would be working mentions inability to dash as. To preposition, as word is also very important. Mentions inability to dash as most frustrating aspect, dash sensation. Let's see.
Frustrating bit for me was that I couldn't even turn over in bed. It just hurt so much. I just couldn't get comfortable.
Oh.
I mean, the most frustrating bit for me was that I couldn't even turn over in bed. It just hurt so.
I cannot turn over in the bed. So that is the most frustrating, except that I cannot turn over in the bed even while sleeping. So again, my blank is inability to turn over. Again, preposition to. Prepositions will help you in listening, guys. Preposition will make your life easy.
I mean, the most frustrating bit for me was that I couldn't even turn over in bed. It just hurt so much. I just couldn't get comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I'd have, sort of tingling feeling in my calves as well.
Right.
But then at other times.
Tingling feeling, tingling sensation. We medical people know what is tingling sensation. So listening is a combination of imagining what's happening, what's going to happen, and understanding that what's the next. Now, by the time it reaches, I am worried about the occupation part now. Now I have written tingling. I won't be worrying about numbness. It's already filled. Now occupation. What is the occupation?
My whole leg just felt a bit numb, really. It was weird. And of course, I couldn't go to work. I'm an events organizer, so I travel about a lot.
Hard listening. I'm an events organizer. This will improve. I can listen to it. I'm an event organizer, but that will, in your case, that will improve when without checking the answer, you will see it again. Without checking the answer, listen it again. Try yourself. It takes 1 second. Okay. In real practice, when you're doing practice, just this much.
It was weird. And of course, I couldn't go to work. I'm an events organizer, so I travel about a lot.
I travel out a lot. And now I'm worried about treatment. And acids application of. Of again is a preposition. In, to, of. Let's listen to the word of.
Setting things up for conferences, lugging stuff around, And so there was no way I could manage any of that, the state I was in.
Okay. So how was this treated?
Well, in the first instance, I was given painkillers, obviously. Ibuprofen, as far as I can remember.
Right.
And I was told to put compression packs on the affected area. I mean, that did ease the pain a little, but I was still housebound.
Compression packs that did decrease the pain a little or ease the pain a little, so provided some relief. Application of compression packs. Let's listen it again. Again, you have, rather than checking the answer and being judgmental or being right about yourself, it's important to listen again by yourself, to believe, to be confident that you can do it. And that will happen when you will give it a chance. Let's listen again.
I was told to put compression packs on the affected area. I mean, that did ease the pain a little, but I was still housebound, practically speaking.
Okay.
Then the GP sent me to see an osteopath, and I got some treatment there, but it didn't seem.
Sent me to see an osteopath. How can I do that word? Osteo means bones or muscles. Osteo is something related to that. When the problem is not resolving, so osteopath. So that is how you do listening, guys. These few blanks, I will leave it to you, because now the injections, the treatment will come. Patient attributes. Okay, I can do 1 or 2 blanks more for you. Okay.
Seemed to make much difference.
Right.
So I was referred to a sports injury specialist, of all things. And he did a number of things that did seem to ease things a little, like working on my spine and lower legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he gave me a set of exercises to do at home.
I see. Any other treatment?
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. There was this course of injections, and I went for various other therapies, like ultrasound, and another one where they do, well, they use like electrical impulses. I can't remember.
Ultrasounds. So that is how simple it is. And then they were talking out. So it would be in the sequence as well. Decided not to try.
Exactly what it's called.
Okay.
At one point, I even considered acupuncture, but by then, the other things were beginning to take effect and the symptoms were subsiding, so I gave it a miss.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it
I
gave it a miss. I missed that because symptoms started improving. So I thought, why should I take a acupuncture? ACUPUNCTURE. You have to practice this. Whether double C or single C, practice. That is where you need the answer to practice spelling. If any spelling is wrong, write it 5 times. And patient attributes recovery to?
Which of these various treatments do you feel was most effective? What made the difference?
Well, I couldn't say for certain because it all went on for 4 months without much improvement, really. Then it wasn't until suddenly in the 5th month, things changed quite dramatically. So to be honest with you, I think it was the combination of treatments gradually taking effect.
Combination of treatment, I think, gradually taking effect. That is, so patient attributes recovery to combination of treatments. So you have to fill those blanks and you have to understand. You can't write patient attributes recovery to combine the treatment. It will not make sense. So you have to understand patient attributes recovery to combination of symptoms. It is making a sentence. So you have to take care of sentence formation. You have to take care of everything. Again, I'm stopping this lecture for now. We are just joining again. But for this, I will explain you further, but I'm stopping the recording for now. Okay.